Now that the dust is settling on the Deebo Samuel trade, the reality for the 49ers is they need to replace him. How are they going to do that? Well, on the 49ers Plus Minus podcast, Tim Kawakami threw out a very interesting name as a possibility.
I've heard that they don't think they need to get a veteran wide receiver. I would disagree with them. I've heard that they kind of like the guys they got. And I'll tell you the name I've heard, Terique Owens, that they think he was good in practice squad. I have not seen it for myself, but I've heard that name. I don't think they think they're desperate for a receiver.
Owens signed with the 49ers as an undrafted free agent last year, but was released by the team after injuring his hand in camp. Eventually, he was re-signed and stayed on the team's practice squad all year long. I have no idea if Terique Owens is going to be any good. You don't know if Terique Owens is going to be any good. Obviously, we know he's the son of Hall of Famer Terrell Owens, who kicked ass with the 49ers back in the day. Terique didn't start playing basketball until later in his high school career, so he's sort of a late bloomer. He'll be 26 years old in September, and I don't think it's realistic to expect him to just come in and immediately replace Deebo Samuel, but the 49ers may have to do this from a group approach, right? A little bit from Ricky Pearsall, a little bit from Jacob Cowing. Maybe Terique Owens can get you something great. But Tim Kawakami also said there's another way the Niners can replace Deebo Samuel.
Part of me thinks that they think they can fill a lot of the Deebo stuff, but with a healthy McCaffrey. In McCaffrey's great year, Deebo was good, but he wasn't 2021 Deebo. That maybe some of that is just you can't have two of those guys on the field and expect max production out of both of them. If McCaffrey is really great, you don't need that much out of that position. You need other things. And another tight end, you go two tights and you threaten the defense that way. Could really open things up for the both passing game and for McCaffrey running the ball. Again, McCaffrey gets hurt, then that's all out the window.
McCaffrey is, of course, great. But remember, even in the year where CMC was the offensive player of the year, Deebo Samuel still had over 1,100 yards and 12 total touchdowns. That's not nothing, right? That's not necessarily easy to replace. So I get that maybe 23 can carry most of the offensive burden, but you still need some additional help from the outside, from the other receivers on the roster. And yes, hopefully Brandon Ayuk can pick up some of that slack when he comes back healthy, but we don't really know when that's going to be. So some combination of Pearsall, Cowing, Juwan Jennings, of course, and maybe Terique Owens, according to Kawakami, is going to have to do this for the 49ers. And I think what is clear is that they are going to have a different type of offense. They are not going to be the punch you in the face yak bros that they were in their heyday, right? We saw last year, the Niners were not really a yards after catch team. They were among the bottom third in the league in yards after catch. They are going to be a throw the ball deeper down the field, beat you with route running, beat you with separation kind of team. That seems to be where it is trending. And so that's going to be the next sort of phase of this 49ers offense. And we'll see if Pearsall and Cowing and Ayuk and maybe Terique Owens, of all people, can help the 49ers make that transition in 2025.